Hey guys, what is up? Kingdom Keeper here. Today we're taking a look at Ao Kuang for another Know Your God. So, Ao Kuang, very anticipated. He was removed from the game about 4 months ago, something like that, a while ago. And they finally put him back in, and he's been completely reworked, redone, everything. They relooked at his lore. He's now better than before, and he is a physical mage, the first of Smite. I think that's pretty cool, but in a sense, it's harder to get used to it, because physical mage, it's just a little bit difficult to get into. Before we get into the build kits and all that good stuff, I want to take a look at something else real quick that was in this update. Little Red Riding Hood Scylla. Just wanted to let you think about that for a second. Okay, let's get into the jungle and check this guy out. Alright guys, so here we are in the jungle. Now let's take a look at his kit real quick. His passive is King's Sword. It's that sword you see above his head. What it does is you get 3 magic charges that replenish over time. And each time you use an ability, you use one of those charges. Each charge will make your ability stronger. Now, this makes him extremely valuable early in a fight, but over time, he's gonna be, wavering. It won't affect, his normal strength, but he won't have that additional strength from his passive. Meaning, he's better early fights, but not, late game where, you'll have a lot of team fights. You'll see progressing and, taking Titan. But he is very good early game. His first ability is Water Illusion. This is basically like a... how should I put this? Think of Surcat when you're thinking of this. Her 3 is a little teleport, a long leap with invisibility. This is sort of similar. You turn invisible and you leave behind a Water Illusion of yourself. The illusion will detonate over time, dealing damage. And you are revealed if you take damage or if you deal damage, which includes using any of your other abilities or even just swinging your sword. Now, his second ability here is Dragon Call. What this does is just summon 6 dragons at your side. You see, I consumed some of my sword when I used it. It calls 6 dragons at your side, and each time you do a basic attack on an enemy, it will send one of those dragons out to do additional damage. Only my cooldown was lower. Wait a couple seconds here. And you can see that I am doing additional damage to it. Also, if you hit the ability again, it will turn into a lion target that sends any remaining dragons forward and deals damage. It does more it also slows. The slow and damage increases depending on how many dragons you have. So I have 6 dragons right now. That does quite a bit of damage, and it will slow the gods. Of course, it doesn't do that much damage right now because it is very early game. I've only got 1 on it. His third ability is Wild Storm. This right here is probably my favorite ability that Ao Kuang can use in his kit. Alright, so the minions are gone. Let's go somewhere else to demonstrate it. I don't even need them. What this is a little area attack in front of you that does quite a bit of damage. This also counts as a basic attack, meaning it will work with your dragons and it will work with any other effect you have from items. And yeah, you heard that right. He just said a mighty sword. Thank you, Hi-Rez. Thank you so much for doing that. Now we go over here, get his ultimate, upgrade Dragon Call. His ultimate is... I did it again. Wild Storm, no. Okay, fix my fingering. Okay, my fingering's so weird. King of the Eastern Seas! Yes. This ability is amazing in every way possible. Now, before I talk about this, I'm just gonna demonstrate it real quick on this enemy raw. Alright, you see that? This little X appears when enemies are under a health threshold, and when it appears, you can execute them.
First blood.
Yeah. Yeah, just let that sink in for a couple seconds. I threw him into the air and completely demolished him. Then I turned into a dragon and crashed down in a separate location. That is amazing. Like, I don't know if any of you have seen the trailer that was like leaked, I think from Japan, about Ao Kuang, but I did. And when I saw the fact that he could turn into a fucking dragon, I shit bricks. I shit bricks all over my computer, Jay. It's just amazing what they did. That's like very creative, very awesome. Although the only real thing I see wrong with it is the fact that its range is literally a basic attack range. So a lot of times, if you're like giving him extreme amount of strength, you will probably kill him a lot sooner than you can actually get your execute off. So a lot of times, I've been slashing away at enemies with my dragons, and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna stop attacking and I'm gonna execute them because it's just so fucking fun. But then it turns out my dragons weren't finished and they killed him, and then I'm standing there trying to pop my ultimate in front of nothing. I'm like, oh, he's dead now. That sucks. But again, this ability is, I won't use it first, I'll show you guys. It is a extremely small radius, meaning you have to be dead in the face to even get this ability off. However, it's not as hard as you think if you build them with a little bit of speed, and I would get Combat Blink. Combat Blink is very good for them. Then you got your little blink here, you can easily go around them. And
reincarnation is a wonderful gift.
I don't know if you saw that, it didn't happen. I hate Ra's blind so much, it's annoying. Anyway, we will try that again. You're probably asking yourself, Kingdom Keeper, what happens if he's not in execute range? If he's not under the health threshold to be executed. Well, this is what happens. Not as awesome, right? Still does a lot of damage, and knocks him up in the air, meaning you could have some time to get away. But it's significantly less cooler than turning into a dragon. So I would make sure he's under that threshold before you use it, unless you just really have to get away. Anyway, where do you think you're going? Anyway, I'm very excited about getting Scott. I'm excited for the update. We're in the PTS right now. It's just great. Everything about Ao Kuang is great. At first, I was a little mad that he was physical mage. I was really hoping he would be ranged like his old form, but after sleeping on it and just grasping all the info I've been learning about him, he's just really great. Everything about him is great. He's got great damage. He's got great pursuits. Well, maybe not great pursuit. He's got good pursuits, and he turns into a fucking dragon. So I'm happy. I think the majority of us are very happy that he turns into a fucking dragon. So now, let's go into item builds, shall we? Now, let's just get out of the jungle here, and I'll see you back in Smite. Alright guys, here we are in item builds. And I did this a little differently. I have two kinds of item builds here that we can try, because I've seen Ao Kuang used in different ways, including the ways I use them. So, we're going to take two routes. We're going to take the route of a solo and a mid laner. Now, for mid lane, we're going to discuss first. You would definitely want to start out with Vampiric Shroud. It's a good item for any mage to have starting out. Next, you would go into Shoes of Focus, because you really don't need the other boots for the penetration, because you can get plenty of penetration from an Obsidian Shard, while also getting more magical power. And that cooldown is very good to have for your dragons and your escape. This is always good to have more cooldown. So, build that. Next, I would definitely do a telekinesis ring. You're basically your physical attacker. So, doing extra damage when you're attacking, plus the extra damage you can do from your dragons, and comboing that with your 3, that is a massive amount of damage. Also gives you more attack speed. Since you are physical, you do want to have more attack speed and more magical protection because you are in the mid lane, and that magical protection will help. Next, you should get your definitely get your Obsidian Shard to just get more magical penetration. And then Hasten Fatalis is very good to pick up because of the movement and attack speed. Also, again, you are a physical attacker, so getting an item like this will help a lot since you're going to be up in his face slashing him up. Look at that. Next, get the Void Stone because again, more magical protection. You are in mid lane. You are fighting a mage who does not have to get up in your face to hit you, unless they're another Ao Kuang, in which, you know, that'll be interesting. But Void Stone, yes. And then, very end game, if you need to, you can sell the Vampiric Shroud for Pythagoras Piece. This is an item that I like to build on him because it can lifesteal, magical power, a lot of mana, and it helps in team fights, help you be more valuable. You execute someone on one side of the map, you crash down on another side, attempting to aid your teammates, and they just get more magical power from you, just from your presence. You're the Dragon King of the Eastern Seas. Your presence empowers your allies. Yeah, very good. As you can see here, with this build, you have a lot of magical power and a lot of magical protection. Very good for mid lane, I feel. Now, we want to get into the solo lane. I would definitely start out with Bumba's Mask. He is a very good jungler. He can get into the jungle, pop your dragons, pop your 3, you can get in and get out. You don't even have to use your fist. It's really quick, and like the mana cost, it isn't even there. Because another thing I forgot to mention about his passive is if you run out of mana, you can use the charges in your sword to negate the mana cost. So it's something that's really good to have. He's a very good jungler. I would definitely get Bumba's Mask. Next, again, your Shoes of Focus to get that cooldown, and I would also go for the Telekinesis Ring. Then I'd go for Hastened Fatalis, because you're going to be fighting probably either 2 or 1 people, and again, you want to stay in their face, you want to slash them up, you want to intimidate them, and you do want to execute them. You need to be in a very close range to execute them, so Hastened Fatalis will help you keep on them. Next, Obsidian Shard is something I would pick up also, because after that, you just want to do as much damage as you possibly can. Of course, though, I would pick up Pythagoras Piece before Void Stone. Even if you're going to pick Void Stone, you might not want to pick up Void Stone, because unless they're a mage, you won't need that magical protection. In that case, what you could get is the Magi's Blessing, you know, if you're fighting someone with crowd control. Or I would get the Breastplate of Valor and turn the Shoes of Focus into, let's see, what are they called? Into the Shoes of the Magi, yes, that's what they're called. You could go that way too. Also in here, actives, again, like I said, Combat Blink is very good, because you've already got a Blink. It takes you a pretty far distance. GS, you know, if someone like Ra comes at you with a very powerful ultimate, or Poseidon, just negate that. Physical gods, you are a physical attacking character, so that will help do more damage when you're up in their face, and petrification beads can also be used if you're fighting a team with a lot of crowd control. Also, you can get Magi's Blessing, like I said, that'll negate crowd control. Consumable, I have these down because these are just some standard consumables you can have. Really, it just depends on the match you're in and the team you're with and the team you're fighting against. That's all it depends on. Now, I didn't do this in the last video, but I wanted to discuss it now because I realized that this could help people who are trying to level up their abilities. So, when you first get into the game, you will probably want to start with Dragon Call. It allows you to do more damage than you could with just your basic attack. Next, I'd get a Wild Storm, because with comboed with your Dragon's Call, that can do a lot of damage. Get Dragon's Call again, and I'd pick up another Windstorm, or if you're not feeling brave like I am, get Water Illusion for a good escape. Next, you'll obviously pick up King of the Eastern Seas. Go again for your Dragon Call, level that up twice, and get another Windstorm. then get your King of the Seas. I'm not really upgrading Water Illusion because really it's mainly an escape. Like, there's no real practical use. I mean, I guess you could try to position it where it's a time bomb, but really it's not like enemies can't see it, you know? Like, an enemy guy is obviously going to go around it. So really, it's not a heavy damaging item. Next, you're going to get your Dragon Call again, Windstorm, Wildstorm, King of the Eastern Seas, Wildstorm, and get your Water Illusion because you have to. There we go. That will bring you up to level 20, and by that time, you're pretty much wrecking it. You could carry the game if you're not already, because again, this guy is crazy strong. I really hope they don't nerf him, because I feel like he's in a very good place. He's a very powerful god, but the fact that he is a physical mage really means that he is going to have a hard time, especially in mid lane, keeping up with other mages, and in solo, if he's fighting another mage, again, he's going to be at a slight disadvantage. That's why I build him with magical protection, and that's why I feel like they shouldn't nerf him. They might actually end up nerfing him, though, because damn, he's just pretty fucking powerful. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I really hope this helps you, and this helps you to build other mages you might have. You should really check this guy out, though. I'd go into a couple practice matches first, because you really have to get a hang of his abilities, of his kit. It's pretty difficult to get a hang of. And just a tip that I would give you, because this is what I did when I first picked him up, don't focus solely on executing people. I admit it, it's awesome. It's the coolest thing in the game, I think. But that should not be your main priority. Your priority is to secure the kill. If you get an execute off, that's awesome. But again, I think you and your team would rather just see your opponents die than seeing them die awesomely. The point of Smite is to down the enemy Titan. So you want to make sure you're killing enemies so you can push towards that Titan, not just executing them. Don't have that be your prime priority. Because when I picked them up first, all I wanted to do was execute. So I would literally like run, try to slash, and then just stop everything and like keep clicking execute to see if I could get him in it. That's what I kept doing, and I kept dying for it. I was pretty horrible at that. So I had to like sleep on it, just let everything sink in, lose the hype, and after that I got very good at him, obviously. So, thank you for listening. I hope this helps you, and we'll see you later. Sorry for the delay in videos. Had a lot of projects going on, but hopefully we'll start doing it regularly again soon. More jousts, more of everything to come. Until next time, I'm Zant the Kingdom Keeper, and this has been Smite Know Your Gods.